Hi everyone, my name is Alla and I'm an artist. Welcome back to my channel. Here particularly I'm showing my old sketchbooks that I found recently, and while I'm flipping through the pages of one of those, I want to talk about the theme that I think many artists faced, and this is a creative block. So let's talk about it. Every artist hits a creative block at some point, and those moments there, no matter how hard you try, nothing seems to come out, or worse, you can't bring yourself to creative at all. I've been there more times than I like to admit. That's why it is an important topic that I underline in my videos really often. My goal is to help other artists to realize that this is not an endpoint. You can overcome this, and it will be actually giving you some new insights on your art. The blank page can feel almost intimidating. I feel it myself, like it's daring you to make the first move. But the fear of messing up or creating something bad just holds you back. For me, the last block I experienced was particularly tough. I was feeling uninspired, unmotivated, and honestly a little bit frustrated with my own work. I found myself flipping through the old sketchbooks and comparing where I am now and to where I used to be, and it was discouraging. I couldn't understand why I wasn't progressing in the way I thought I should. My creativity felt like it was on pause, and no matter what I did, I couldn't seem to break through. But here is the thing I've learned over this time. Creativity is a muscle, and like any muscle, it needs regular exercises. Sometimes when you're stuck and an answer isn't waiting for inspiration to strike, but rather make the conscious decision to push through it. For me, that meant setting a personal challenge, drawing from life every single day, no matter what. Now, I know it sounds simple, but it's really helped me in ways I didn't expect it. At first, it wasn't about creating a masterpiece, and I made sure to remind myself of that. The goal was just to put pen to the paper and to be consistent. So I started small, sketching things that are around me every day. Objects I often overlooked, like coffee cup I used every morning, or houseplants. Also, I started to draw randomly people on the bus. You can actually see some of those sketches in the sketchbook. At first, it was hard. The sketches weren't anything special, and honestly, some of them were pretty bad. But that was okay. I wasn't aiming for perfection, just progress. What I noticed over the time was that the simple act of showing up to draw every day, no matter how I was feeling or what kind of day I had, started to make the difference. Slowly but surely, I began to enjoy the process again. And that's really the key. Getting back into the rhythm, back into the flow of creating without judgment. It's easy to get caught up in the idea that every piece of art we make has to be Instagram worthy or portfolio ready. But sometimes the best thing we can do is let go of that pressure and just make something, anything. What also helped me was setting small specific goals for those daily sketches. For instance, one day I'd focus only on capturing shadows and light, while another day I'd limit myself to using only one pen or one color. By introducing those little constraints, I was able to make the process feel new and exciting again. It kept me engaged because every day felt like a mini challenge that pushed me in the different directions, even though the overall goal was still the same. Just draw something. Now, looking back at those sketches, they are not the most polished pieces of work I've done. There is not really the point. Those pages for me represent my journey through this creative block. They're important for me because of this. They are a visual record of the days where I didn't feel particularly inspired, but they show up anyway. And over the time, the more I did it, the more ideas started to flow naturally. One important realization I had during this process was that the act of drawing every day wasn't just about improving my skills. It was about building a routine, establishing a routine, especially during creative block. It can be a lifesaver and gives you a structure to rely on, something you can return to even when you are not feeling inspired. And this is crucial because we all know inspiration does not always come when we want it to. If you are going through something similar right now, whether you are feeling stuck or struggling with the creative block, I highly encourage you to try setting the personal challenge for yourself. It doesn't have to be big or intimidating. In fact, I'd recommend starting small. Maybe you sketch just for 5 or 10 minutes a day, or maybe you challenge yourself to explore a more specific theme or style for a week. The important thing is to make it manageable so that it doesn't feel overwhelming, and more importantly, to stick with it. You'll probably notice that at first it might feel like chaos. It definitely did for me. But as time goes on, you'll find that the creative block starts to loosen its grip and the ideas begin to flow more freely. Some days will be better than others, and that's completely normal. But the point is to keep going, even when it's tough. I know. As you keep drawing, you will not only get past that block, you'll also discover new things about your art. For example, through those daily sketches, I realized I had a deeper interest in capturing everyday moments. Things I usually overlook, to be honest. The small challenge of drawing from life every day turned it into a source of inspiration for the future. And I ended up encouraging more of that in my larger pieces later on. So if you're struggling with the block, try to think of that as a chance to rest and reset. You will be surprised at how much progress you can make by just showing up every day, even if it's only for a few minutes. I think it could be applicable actually not for just drawing, but for many things in our life. Those sketches, they represents the day where I didn't feel creative at all, but I keep doing anyway. And sometimes that's what being an artist is all about, pushing through the tough times, knowing that the creative spark will come back as long as you keep feeding it. Thank you guys for watching this video. I hope you enjoy it and it will help you with overcoming your creative block if you feel so at this moment. Please leave a comment below and let's create a creative community around this blog. Thanks again and see you in the next videos. Bye! Okay, the exhibition hits soon and for now I'm going out to bring those pieces that I want to exhibit for the art shop where they will make I lose my English. The master, I don't know, somebody who will put wooden works master will put it on the telaio. In English, this frame, this exact frame, in Italian it calls telaio, as a canvas, as this wooden frame. So yeah, this is the plan for the day. Probably I would pick some oil pastels as well, because just I fell in love with Caran d'Ache oil pastels. So let's dive into it.